What is up, guys? MegaZRD here, and today I have three replays for you. I thought the last, not last video I did, there was like 2 or 3 videos I did ago where I had one good replay that was interesting to watch, and then the other one was just this really retarded game. I thought it was one of the better videos I've made. I always check my stuff to see what I can do better, how I can improve. I thought that was pretty good. So today I have 3 replays for you. One is a good replay, one is a bad replay, and then the other one is an ugly replay. So, you know, I guess I just figure out my title for the video. That's cool. I didn't even think of that beforehand. Anyway, gonna start off with this amazing PU replay I have. This may very well be the finalized version of my PU hyper offense team. It's turned a bit more into balance, but might have finished it. I've made more changes, but it really came together with Mischievous. Once I discovered Mischievous, it's amazing. Mischievous, not Scyther. I have to pick it up and just... This poke beats Musharna, it beats Avalugg, it beats Garbodor, and it beats Golem. The 4 Stallmons on this guy's team. Just straight up wins against them. It's beautiful. Eviolite, max HP, max special attack. Taunt, Will-O-Wisp, Shadow Ball, Pain Split. It eats Stall alive. And then I still have my other stuff. It's also a great taunt lead. I was trying to figure out the best thing to lead with. It just shuts down all the hazard leads, which is what everybody leads with against this team. And then I have Marowak that I added on for my Stealth Rocks. Sneasel is a better sweeper than some other stuff I've been using. It's just good. It hasn't been on here that long, but I'm figuring it can't be bad as a Sneasel. And then Specs Electabuzz. I mean... It has better stats in every single way than Raichu. The only thing it loses out on is Lightning Rod. I'm not sure why I was running Raichu. I mean, Electabuzz is faster, stronger, bulkier. I mean, it has worse attack, but I'm not using attack. It's a Specs variant. My opponent has a cool-looking, mostly stall team, very standard PU, and I had just had a battle like 2 battles ago with him. I did win. I had a 3-0, mostly because Mischievous shut down the guy's entire team. All I had to do was take out Murkrow and Haunter, and then everything just lost to Mischievous. So, knowing that, I'm still going to lead off with Mischievous. As he leads off with Musharna, which is what happened last time, he's going to switch out automatically as I go for the Shadow Ball, not wanting to taunt. And that does, like, a lot to Murkrow, so I know from last battle this is Life Orb offensive. I'm going to predict the Sucker Punch and go for the Will-O-Wisp. Unfortunately, he Brave Birds, and I miss a Will-O-Wisp, which is pretty bad. So I'm just going to go into Electabuzz, knowing I can take one hit, and it does so much damage. It does just so much damage. And even worse, I go into Scyther predicting a Sucker Punch. As he doubles out to Musharna, I thought something really bad happened. The battle before this, I predicted the Sucker Punch, went into Scyther, and then got wrecked with the Brave Bird. I go into Scyther again. I'm in a U-turn. He goes into Haunter. I know I can take a hit, KO with Knockoff. He was running Giga Drain over Energy Ball, which still wouldn't have killed, but that's an interesting choice. Marowak just kills it. I mean, I'm running it as an offensive Rocks user since I'm not leading with Rocks. As he goes into Avalugg, I'm going to go for Rocks because it breaks Golem sturdy and kills Murkrow. And I figured, you know what, I can just go into Electabuzz and Focus Blast it to death, and I'm doing really good. Unfortunately, I totally forgot this thing in Sturdy, which means my plan is automatically terrible. He doesn't Rapid Spin, saving Murkrow at 2% where it can only get off 1 hit, maybe not worth it to him, especially since I have 2 Quick Attack users. So he kills the Electabuzz, but at this point, Electabuzz would have been really nice for this guy's team. All of a sudden, I lost it. He goes into Garbodor, and I just need to weaken this thing to have a good chance at winning. So I'm going to go for a knockoff, as it doesn't do too much, and he goes for the Drain Punch and gets a critical hit, which almost certainly mattered. I was assuming I'd have Sneasel to still knock off Musharna and Ice Punch or Ice Shard Golem. So all of a sudden, I'm in a bit of trouble because I have 3 Mons versus Golem Musharna, but Flareon's locked into Flare Blitz, which means I basically have to sack it. Flare Blitz actually does a surprising amount, as he has a Rocky Helmet, and he goes for Stealth Rocks, which is a good play, because he can just finish me off now with the Sucker Punch, but that's unfortunate, because now Scyther is practically dead, and can't come in on Golem, so I have to go into the almost dead Mischievous. And at this point, I'm just going to Pain Split, because it will dodge Sucker Punch, and I just need health back, because he's going to sack Murkrow, just to get the free switch into Musharna, which is probably a good play, because he doesn't want to get Shadow Balled. But look how much health Mischievous gets back. It's ridiculous. Mischievous got back 208 HP. It's like so much percent. He goes for a Psychic, that does 38%, which means I can just Pain Split again, and Psychic is not going to kill me, which is pretty cool. He's getting leftovers health, and I'm going to go for Shadow Ball, really hoping he kills, as it does. Last battle I had with him did 52%, so I knew that would be able to kill. As he goes into Golem now, and I'm going to try to dodge a Sucker by going for the Willow. Had I Shadow Balled, I would just straight won, but he predicts that, goes for the Stone Edge. And at this point, it's a Burn Golem versus the half-health Eviolite Scyther. And he has a Rocky Helmet, and I know I can't KO with the U-turn. So I'm actually going to go for the Roost, really hoping a Burn Stone Edge when it's only +2 times 2 super effective doesn't do too much. As I am going to take that with 52%, and all I have to do is Roost one more time and not get crit with a Stone Edge. And the odds of me not getting crit with the Stone Edge were better than U-turn not killing us. He's going to Sucker Punch, only does 15% as Scyther just comes through, and I just thought this was a really great close battle against OSRS Charizard, much closer than the earlier one, which was a really easy 3-0 because he just got wrecked by Mischievous. Mischievous is amazing this tier. The second replay is NU. I'm using the Goomies Shedinja team, which I thought I would try out. I don't really like it personally. It's just definitely weird. He's got 3 physically defensive mons and just Assault Vest Harryarmor for special hits. Don't really know what to go into. I'm just not a huge fan of the team, but this battle is definitely worth sharing. So he has the lead Wigglytuff. I'm just gonna Magic Coat as I predict Stealth Rocks, bounce him back. Not even an issue. I did Frisk it to find Big Root. Excuse me, Big Root. So I automatically know this is a weird Cradilly. I just can't stress that anymore. Anyway, he doesn't know what Magic Bounce is, and he's gonna Toxic me after getting the Stealth Rocks bounce back, as he's just sitting there. I'm like, oh god, what is this guy? Then he goes for the Amnesia. Okay, Stockpile Cradilly. Maybe I can see. Maybe. Amnesia Cradilly. Like, you're just gonna set up in your Spadef in a tier full of close combat, and then instead of like trying to Stone Edge, which I could probably have taken one, he goes for the Rapid Spin, then gets off the absolutely useless Protect, and then switches out into Gourgeist, which can actually take a Psyshock and needs all the health it can get if he wants to try to kill me. I'm gonna go for Dazzling Gleam, it does a lot, as he goes for a Leech Seed and just gets bounced back to him. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Just, what are you doing? As he finally goes for the Sneak, and that just does 25%. That's not even an issue. Xatu's gonna kill him. Goes back into the Cradilly. I'm just gonna set up more Calm Minds to kill this because Cradilly's really bulky. As he goes for an Amnesia, I have the Psyshock. I've revealed the Psyshock, and he's trying to set up Amnesias on the Xatu. So this Cradilly set is Amnesia Synthesis Toxic Stealth Rocks. What? Then he switches into Camerupt, which has a Focus Sash Camerupt, and tries to roar me out and gets Magic Bounced into Armaldo, who just dies. It's just, what are you doing? Goes into the Politoed and just dies to a Psyshock. Still hasn't given up. Goes into Sawsbuck and clicks Horn Leech. I can't stress how bad this is. He goes into Sawsbuck. He needs to kill this. This was the only thing faster than Xatu. Sawsbuck is very strong. And then instead of going for the Stab Return, which would have been neutral, he decides to go for the Horn Leech on the Flying type and just absolutely destroy any chance he had. He was even Life Orb, so Return probably would have done a lot. Maybe even killed with two Shadow Sneaks from Gourgeist as he finally forfeits. And this was just the most depressing battle I've had in a while. Most depressing. Final battle against Droakan. This battle is still good, but the ending is just pretty funny. So I decided to throw this in as the ugly replay, I suppose it is. I just thought it was a good replay and I'd share it. He's got an interesting team. It looks like a defensive core of Licky and Dustox, which is really interesting, but it looks like it works on paper. I mean, Licky doesn't really care about fire or rock attacks that much. It's really bulky, and Dustox can take fighting type attacks no problem. It's actually fairly bulky if you send it on the right things. Unfezant also could be defensive. It gets Roost, it gets Wish. Wait, why would you run Roost and Wish? Never mind. It gets Wish, and it can run U-Turn and Feather Dance, or I don't even know what Unpheasant runs. Probably some sort of Blame Truth defensive Unpheasant set. I believe I saw that once. And then he's got an offensive core of Raichu, Basculin, Sneasel. Very standard, but a very good core. So, I'm going to lead with Electabuzz. I almost always lead with Mischievous to stop hazards, but he goes with Raichu. Volt switches out, which means he has to be Scarfed, I believe. Yeah, Electabuzz faster. I go for the Focus Blast and miss. That's fine. I'm going to go for another one, expecting him to double into Dustox. He actually stays in and goes for the Earthquake. I'm like, okay. I mean, it does have decent attack. It's still a wall, but alright. I'm just going to go into Marowak. I am faster. I run Speed Creep up to base, I want to say 65, maybe 70 on this Marowak, with the Thunder Punch for Pelipper also, as I can just kill it with an Earthquake. Goes into Unpheasant. I have the Thunder Punch over the Rock Slide, but either one would have killed. He goes for the return, doesn't do a lot. I get a, no, I don't get a crit. Could have sworn I got a crit on this, but I guess I don't, and it just dies. Goes into Basculin. I don't need Marowak. Just look at his team. There's no purpose in me for saving Marowak and switching into something else. So, gonna go into Ban plus the Sneasel because it really needs to be banned. Go for a knockoff. Does less than I thought because I'm not Life Orbed. I am in fact Eviolite, and all the calcs I took were for Life Orb, and then I ran Eviolite, and he kills me with a superpower. That change has been rectified, but I'm going to Scyther, click U-turn, because Aqua Jet and -1 won't do a lot, and he might want to save this thing. Goes into Raichu, and he's Static Raichu, which, let me say this about Static Raichu. It looks good on paper. I mean, you can have a chance to paralyze things, and Lightning Rod, well, you already have the electric resistance, but really, Raichu is just not bulky enough to take the electric hits anyway. The electric hits you have are Electabuzz, other Raichu, and Life Orb Zebstrika is the typical set. Electabuzz almost always runs Specs or Scarf. Raichu is just not bulky enough to take these hits. And he's not taking physical hits anyway, so why are you running Static? It's just a bad choice. And if I go into Deadhead, I can take any hit, and I'm actually going to be really real here. As he Volt Switches out into Sneasel, get Preducted, you just got Will-O-Wisp. So that was pretty beautiful as his Sneasel's just burned, not going to do too much, as I'm just going to Pain Split. Knockoff does nothing. I thought it was going to do more, and I'd Pain Split up from like 2%, but that was pretty useless. Shadow Ball probably would have done more. See, Ice Punches now, maybe predicting the switch, doesn't matter, he would just 2-hit KO'd me anyway. I don't need this for anything else. I can handle Raichu with Quick Attack, now that stuff is dead, and he's just going to kill me with Sneasel. That's fine. At this point, it's 2-on-4. Dustox is at full health, but his other 3 things are practically dead, so I'm just going to kill Sneasel with a Quick Attack. And let me say this about Quick Attack. In every other tier, it's bad. But in PU, Quick Attack is the move of the gods. Dustox is going to Sludge Bomb Scyther, as I'm just going to Wing Attack. It's funny, because I thought I was faster even when I was paralyzed, and like, oh, Whirlwind. Which is fine, because now Dustox is practically dead, and I'm just going to finish it off with a Quick Attack. Because Quick Attack is the best move ever. Goes into Raichu, thinking maybe he can take a Quick Attack. Nope, banded Quick Attack. Quick Attack, best move ever. Gets the Static, and I was almost hoping he'd just flinch Hack Speed to death, just so I'd have something stupid to share, but nope. Quick Attack for life. He doesn't even try to Aqua Jet. And I guess the reason I thought maybe it was the ugly, partially because the Quick Attack, partially because, let me see if I can change this. I'm using just capturing a certain portion of my screen, but if I move the window, I say GG and he just says fucking bullshit. Quick Attack is the best move ever, guys. Quick Attack 2014. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.